Hey everyone, it's Michael from Lean Body Lifestyle, and as you guys can see, we're not actually in the kitchen today, but I've got a pretty good video planned out. And the reason I'm making this video is because a few weeks ago, one of my viewers actually commented on a video saying something along the lines, they've noticed that I've gained some muscle in the past year. They wanted to know what I was doing. Now there's a lot of things that I've changed up over the past year, from my diet to my training. But before that, there were a lot of mistakes that I was making that caused me to see little to no muscle gains. So these are all things that I've learned over the past year, and I've just gained through personal experience. So hopefully this helps you out. Now the first mistake that I was making is that I wasn't utilizing compound movement. So if you don't know what a compound movement is, it's an exercise like the squat, the deadlift, or the bench press or shoulder press. So nowadays these are the foundations for all of my workouts. And then after I finish those, I'll do some isolation and accessory work to go along with it. And the reason that these movements are so great is because they recruit more total motor units, which leads to more muscle gains. And before this, I was always one of those people that said, I can't squat because it hurts my knees, and I can't deadlift because it hurts my back, when in reality I was just using poor form. So what I did was just leave my ego at the gym door and completely lower the weights, and I worked up from week to week with perfect form. And yes, everyone in the gym probably looked at me like, why is he squatting with such light weight, or why is he deadlifting such light weight? But I'm really glad that I did, because it allowed me to build up a foundation to where I can lift heavier weights now, and I can do it safely. Another mistake that I was making is that I wasn't keeping track of my workout progress in a logbook. Now logbooks are pretty cheap. You can buy them online for around $10, or you can just get a notepad and a pen, or if you have an iPhone or any other smartphone, just create a blank note and keep track of your progress there. So I'm sure you guys have heard of the term progressive overload when it comes to gaining muscle. And basically the idea of that is getting stronger over time, whether it be more reps, more sets, or a little bit more weight. So the nice thing about the logbook is that I can always look back on the week before and see how many sets and reps I did, and then try to do just a little bit better that week. Now keep in mind, you're not going to be making huge gains from week to week. It's more of like baby steps between each workout, but it's really motivating to flip through your logbook and go months back and see how much stronger you've gotten over a long period of time. The third mistake that I was making is that I was training alone. So before finding a training partner, I was always afraid, I guess, to try really heavy weights. For example, on the bench press, I didn't want to get stuck down at the bottom and have the bar crush me and then have someone else run across the gym to pull it off me. You know, that's just embarrassing, and no one wants to look like that. But after finding a training partner, I was much more comfortable with heavy weights because I knew he was there to spot me just in case I failed. And another good thing about having a training partner is that they hold you accountable for making it to each workout. Because if you ever feel like skipping a day, not only are you going to let yourself down, but you're also going to let down your training partner, because he's also depending on you to be there to spot for him and to work out with him and to encourage him as well. So I really recommend finding a serious training partner. It completely changed the way that I train for the better. And if you can't find one, don't be afraid to ask someone at the gym for a spot. Most of the time, people don't mind. Another mistake that I was making is that I wasn't tracking my macros. So I really had no idea if I was eating enough carbs, protein, and fat to build muscle. I was always just kind of assuming that I was, but in reality, I probably was not. Now I know it sounds really time-consuming and tedious to track your macros, but trust me, after 2 weeks, it will become a habit and just seem normal. And to make it even easier, I use an app on my iPhone called MyFitnessPal. That's my personal favorite, but there are a lot online. So you can just kind of look around and find one that you like the best. And if you don't have a smartphone, you can easily track it online. And the nice thing about these is that they're completely free. So just like it's important to track your workout progress in a logbook, it's also really important to make sure you're tracking your macros as well. And the final mistake that I'm going to talk about today is that I was changing up my routine too often. So like I mentioned earlier, the key to gaining muscle is progressive overload, or getting stronger over time. And I don't know how I was going to focus on getting stronger over time if I was always doing different exercises from week to week. Now I'm not saying you should never change your workout routine, but I think you should stick with one long enough, and then if you feel like you've gotten all that you can from that routine, maybe you can think about switching it up. But it's important to remember that the foundation of your workout should be compound movements. And the last bit of advice I can give you guys is just to keep it basic and don't make things too complicated. Try to lift as heavy as you can in the 6 to 12 rep range. And of course, on the compound movements, you can do some lower rep work, maybe a 1 rep max every once in a while, or some sets of 3s or 5s. Focus on the mind to muscle connection. So if you're working on your chest, really focus on the stretch and the contraction for each rep. And most importantly, if you didn't get anything from this video, I hope you get this. Don't curl in the squat rack. It's not good gym etiquette. So that's pretty much going to lead us to the end of this video. So if you're not seeing the muscle gains that you would like and you're not doing a few of these things that I mentioned today, try them out, incorporate them into your training routine, and hopefully that makes a big difference for you. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them down below. I do try my best to reply to most of the questions, and if you want to suggest a future video topic just like this one, leave your suggestions down below in the comments as well, and maybe I'll make a video with it. But if you enjoyed this video, I would really appreciate it if you'd click on the like button. That little click really does help the channel grow, and I can't say thank you enough. Links to Facebook and Twitter are down below in the description. Thanks again for watching, guys, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.